This is Ezra, a scientific researcher for a government-operated R&D corporation called Synthesia. A once bright-minded woman in the top of her field, Ezra made great advancements studying the S-spark, an electrosonic subatomic particle that can control any piece of machinery or electronic device organically. Since her suspicious and untimely death, her husband took up her research and discovered Ezra found a way to manipulate the S-spark and synthesize it with human tissue and evolve our species into organisms that are a hybrid between man and machine. Welcome to the world of Ezra. In the world of Ezra, you will discover strong, cyberpunk stylized art with retro lighting pulsing life through its futuristic urban streets, giving players a colorful and immersive experience. Exposed ventilation shafts, graffiti, and pipes give these cityscapes an industrious and lifelike feel that allows players to see the environment tell a story all on its own. Players can traverse through dark but neon-lit hallways and staircases to find their way through this technologically advanced time period. You can experience these breathtaking landscapes from a first-person perspective in this action-adventure game, where large cities have been formed that shadow abandoned sectors of a grittier, post-apocalyptic display of decay and solitude for the player to discover. This creates a balanced contrast of futurism while keeping a sense of realism, all for the player to explore and appreciate. Collapsed buildings being reclaimed by nature, cars rusted into the ground, gives a strong artistic idea of what life once was in the story of Ezra. This art style will be complemented by a lo-fi hip-hop soundtrack for when the player is exploring neutral areas and engaging in narrative conversations, while the music conveys emotions to the player where words cannot. In attack sequences, we compiled sound effects that both represent a futuristic style that feels real and threatening to the player, while the music swells to engage the player in the combat. Enemies will sound monstrous when powering up an attack, and players can feel satisfied when connecting a critical blow to an assailant with an earth-shattering attack that gives a satisfying booming effect. In tense situations, the music will change dynamically to suit the situation and alert the player that something is wrong, allowing them prepare for the worst, while fully voice-acted cutscenes will bring the player into the story with music to help set the mood for the conversation. In the game Ezra, our level design will allow the players to have the freedom to use the environment to their advantage and strategically approach enemies or obstacles any way that they see fit. Players will feel encouraged to experiment with their abilities and find opportunities to lay traps on enemy patrols or find conduits to instantaneously teleport to other areas of the level, making each level a unique experience for every player. Interior and exterior levels will challenge players to continually rethink their strategy to either use cover to their advantage and take a stealthy approach, attack head-on, or find a rhythm of using both. Every level will leave an awe-inspiring reaction with players when they see the large scale of scenery and detail that each level delivers, from the dense city streets to the abandoned outskirts of the post-apocalyptic world, from the insides of high-tech government-ran buildings for experiments to the dark belly of the city that sprawls under everyone's feet. Each area will give the player unique sets to explore as they wish. During gameplay, Ezra will harness the power of the S-spark, delivering devastating electronic blows to the enemies, stunning them or completely destroying them with EMP-charged devices. From the bodies of fallen enemies, Ezra can also pick up their weapons to conserve her energy and keep the danger at bay. With her new abilities, though, she can quietly sneak through government facilities unnoticed, while also using her skills gifted from the S-spark to hack into electronics and distract enemies. As the player explores each level, they can find various enemy consoles to hack and find ways to upgrade weapons and gain experience points. Data from these consoles can also be uncovered to locate points of interest, ultimately leading to complete the task of stopping the government from further experimentation of the S-Spark. Within most levels, Ezra can quickly travel through conduits or electronic wires to quickly teleport behind enemies or escape from danger. Players can experiment with these skills to determine the best course of action. Choice takes a key role in Ezra as well, allowing the player to make their own decisions in certain narrative cutscenes, as well as choose from a progressive skill tree to select how the S-Spark grows more powerful inside of Ezra. As she gets more accustomed to her new form, Ezra will learn new abilities, allowing the player to upgrade and choose how to build upon these new skills that she is learning every day as she explores the world. Moving forward from here, it will be up to you, the player, to decide whether Ezra and her husband take revenge on the government for destroying them and everything they know by taking out everything that is related to the research, or save everything they can to harness it for good and bring the world to a new light. In the end, it is up to you to save this world.